So following in Lamborghini's footsteps, Alfa Romeo are the next Italian car brand to make a sports SUV. With this, it is the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, and I'm going to be asking one question: just how good is it? So first up, we have the paint options right here. We've got this classic Alfa Romeo red. Very, very nice colour. We've got it also in a darker version. And then we have the colour which I have chosen, this very nice sort of sky blue. Very cool indeed. Then we've got more of a darker blue slash very deep purple. I really like this colour as well, it stands out. And then we've got the black slash grey as well for a more stealth look, which I think looks badass. Then we've got more of a greyish colour and everything, because the sun's hitting off of it and stuff like that, kind of makes it look a bit goldy brown. Then we have an even lighter version of that, and then the full-on white, which looks very clean indeed. So for the price of the Stelvio Quadrifoglio in Forza Horizon 4 is a mere 80,000 credits. Now obviously, if you have the car pass, you can get this for free. So now time for a tour of the Stelvio outside of my brand new castle. Yep, Edinburgh Castle. It makes me very, very proud being a Scotsman to own this in the game. I mean, 15 million credits. It took me some time, but I'm also honoured to have the Stelvio be presented in front of it in the first video from it. So yeah, in terms of the looks of the car, the front end is absolutely glorious. It's definitely one of the best looking SUVs out there. It just screams sportiness, it screams aggressiveness, and it most importantly screams Alfa Romeo. I really, really do like the looks of it from the front. And then around the side, we've got the same rims, I believe, on the Giulia Quadrifoglio. And then it's probably the most plain looking side, I should say, is the side of the car. But then, coming round to the rear, that is where the big squat happens. I mean, if you lower this thing, which we're going to be doing in the build of it, it looks mean. It looks freaking mean, man. It does remind me a little bit of a X5 around the back. So stepping on inside the interior, you are immediately greeted with this big start engine button, and it feels a lot like a Ferrari, and that is because the engine is technically from a Ferrari. It's essentially the V8 from a California, just with 2 cylinders knocked off, which is mental. And also another thing Ferrari-esque is them metal paddles. They look incredible, especially in an SUV. But onto the centre console and everything right now. We've got 2 big cup holders right there, so it is a practical car. We've got a big screen at the top too. Carbon fibre sort of trim. We get the heating adjustments right there. It's actually a nice simple interior. I do like this thing. And then we've got the knobs and the buttons down here on the centre console as well. Nice looking gear shifter. Then we have the centre armrest right there if you want to chill out when you are driving. And then the door panel, I love the look of that, man. Carbon fibre on that, with the cool little speaker there too. It's an overall great, snazzy Italian interior, but it actually is quite simple. Just like the TBR Griffith that I reviewed in the Crew 2, sometimes simple is better. But anyway, let's hear how the V6 actually sounds. So now on to the top speed run. Now it's currently winter, so there is still some icy patches on the road, but the good thing is this thing has all-wheel drive, so it's going to be able to put the power down very nicely. So let's get going in the big thing. Spitting a flame! Oh yes! Let's get going. Sounds so good, man. Love the crackles from the exhaust. Sounds amazing! See through that tunnel with that echo, I swear to you, that kind of reminds me of an Enzo. I don't know why, it's just this sort of like howl and stuff. And know you might disagree on that one, but we've actually hit the top speed. We're going faster than the freaking top speed. 186? Holy shit! 187? Oh my god! I wasn't even paying attention there. I was just freaking too mesmerised by the freaking noise. 187 miles an hour on this. And this is stock, remember. That is mad. That is absolutely mad. Now, in the tuning settings, it said it can only go 180, but 187? That looked like it was when it was topping out there. Wow, that has genuinely took me by surprise there. I don't know if we're going to get any faster right now, because we're going to get up to the corners and stuff, but 187 miles an hour in a big thing like this. Oh, BMW X5M, freaking watch out, man. I think that thing's limited to the 155, but well done, Alpha. Well freaking done, man. I don't know if it's just the case in Forza, but 187, that is madness. So anyway, let's move on to the handling / drifting test. So we haven't been down here in a while, the Scottish Highlands. I mean, yeah, I know I'm a Scotsman and I haven't really showed this off, but I believe it's the first time that I'm showing it off in the winter in a video of mine, so it looks very cool. Very, very cool indeed. So I'm very glad that we have the Stelvio today, because it has got all-wheel drive, as I says, and these roads are absolutely terrible in terms of snow. So yeah, I need to watch out. There's a lot of cars on the road too. But the Stelvio looks like it's eating up right now. It certainly feels like it does. But the steering, I have to say, feels quite light for a big thing like this, man. There's not much feel to it, which is kind of annoying. I was expecting it to be a wee bit more heavy and a wee bit more feel-felt, if you know what I mean, or feel-filled. But the cool thing that you're probably noticing right now, in a couple of the corners, the back end, it really, really wants to come round, man. So that's the thing about this all-wheel drive system. It does send, I believe, about 70%, maybe 80% of the power to the rear wheels. And I do believe there is a mode where you can send basically full power to the rear. So Alpha haven't forgot their rear-wheel drive roots. They have not forgot about this thing. And it's the exact same sort of like messages we're getting from other reviewers, like Henry from Carfection and everything like that. He says the exact same. It is one of, if not the best handling SUVs on the market right now, and I think it's actually really underappreciated, because you don't see many of these things like the standard one out on the road, and I believe people need to give Alpha a second chance, because I know they kind of made like some questionable cars in the early 2000s and stuff, but now they are back with an absolute bang. They're bringing out proper sporty cars like this and the freaking Giulia. And I cannot wait to see the new rumoured 8C. It's going to be freaking mental, man. We've also got a new GTV coming, which is essentially the Giulia Coupe, which is going to battle with the M4. That is going to be insane. So in terms of the specs, it's a 2.9 litre twin-turbo V6, obviously from the Giulia Quadrifoglio, pumping out 506 horsepower and 442 foot-pounds of torque in Forza Horizon 4. 0 to 60 is dead and gone in 3.9 seconds, and it has a top speed in the game of 180, but obviously that's a lie, because we can go faster than that. 187 is what I clocked, as you see. God, these roads are terrible. My god, the wipers are working full time. Now, you might be wondering the weight of this thing. It is 4,361 pounds, or converted over to kilograms, that is 1,978, near enough 2 tons. And it handles this well. Bear in mind, this is in the snow, and it's handling this freaking well. Great job, Alfa Romeo, for this. I mean, in terms of the straight line speed and the freaking handling, it is cracking. And quite conveniently, we have came to a very good place to test out the drifting. Alrighty then, so we've moved out to the outside view. I want to see if we can kick the arse out on this thing. Wasn't really going that quick there to do it, so we'll build up the speed and kick the clutch a wee bit. Okay. Yeah, it does need to be clutch kicked, I have to say. Fourth gear, down to the third. Yeah, it's wanting to pull itself back in line. That just shows how good the all-wheel drive is in this thing. Yeah, it's still good. It's still pretty good. It lets you have a decent slide around. That is great for one of these things. I mean, if you compare it to like a X5M or something, that doesn't really want to slide, but this... Look, that was no clutch kick there, I just boomed that in. There we go, that's a lot of a clutch kick. Fucking fun, man. It's really fun. And to be saying that about a big SUV, that is rare. That is really rare in the handling department. So it can not only handle very well, it can surprisingly slide around with ease. I'm actually breathtaking with this thing, man. Cracking thing. So as a little bonus test right now, since it is an SUV, we're going to take it a little bit off-roading. So yeah, it can handle the freaking water, no bother, but we've got the woods right now, the forests of Britain. Let's see if we can actually handle this. It's obviously set up to be a sporty SUV, but it does have some pretty freaking high ground clearance, so we should be able to do okay. I freaking love this, man. It's just the idea, an Italian sports SUV going off-road in Britain. We're going quite a fair lick right now, 110 miles an hour. The ground is opened up right now. But how fast can we actually get when we're going off-road? Oh god, I don't know. There's a freaking town right here. Sorry. Destroying your gates and everything. Jeez Louise, now, it's not too bad off-road, but obviously it does feel like it wants to be stuck to an actual road. So the Stelvio Quadrifoglio in stock form, how good is it? Now to measure this, I have come up with a Scottish measurement board, coming up with like phrases and everything from Scotland, and I'll let you know them right now because some of them are pretty good. So if it's really bad, it's going to be utter shite. If it's meh, if you know what I mean, it's reeking of pish. Then when it gets a little bit better, it's aye alright, and then we have here we fucking go, and then the best one is a belter. So I don't know if you guys like that measurement, but I thought of that the other night and I thought that is fucking genius for me. So where would this thing actually sit in terms of the measurements? I'd probably say overall, I'd go for a here we fucking go. It is virgin right on a belter in terms of the handling and everything. I want to test this thing out in the summer, but right now I'm going to be generous and give it a here we fucking go rating. So now time for the build of the car, and I want to make this thing my go-to SUV racer because as we all know, there's many different categories of cars in this game, and I want this to be mine for the off-road races. So I think we're going to be changing the colour of it. As much as I like it in this blue, I don't exactly want to do the exact same for the build. So I think what we might be doing is going for the white. I really like this thing in the white. Super clean. And we'll also tint the windows as well. There we go right now. In terms of the engine upgrades, what we get is the 5.2 litre V10, which I do believe is from the Lamborghini Huracan. We also get the 5.4 litre V8, which is from the Ferrari 458. And we have the V8 twin turbo, which I don't actually know what this is from. So if any of you guys would let us know, then that'd be greatly appreciated. But I think we're going to be keeping the stock engine in this thing because it is a legendary engine right now, man. It is glorious. So let's back out of that. I'm very tempted to put this thing rear-wheel drive, but since it's going to be off-road races, we're going to be keeping the all-wheel drive. Now, do we have any body panels for this thing? I don't think we do. No, it's just the stupid Forza wings. That is ugly. Do not like the look of that. Next up is the tyres and the rims, and obviously since it is winter right now, we're going to be going for these very badass freaking winter tyres. They look so freaking cool on this thing, man. So anyway, let's go for that and bump them up to the maximum width, which is 305s in the front, and then I presume we're going to get massive ones in the rear. 335s in the rear? That looks so badass, man. Oh yes, I'm glad we get the option for this. Now the rims actually look really good the way they are, but I'm actually quite curious to see what some others will look like on it. We'll take a little look down. I know I normally skip this part, but since I am actually building this car with you guys, I want to actually see what it's like. I want some rally-inspired tyres, if you know what I mean, or rally-inspired rims on this thing. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to get any in this category, but that looks questionable, let's just say that. I don't know what else there is. Mostly this part's kind of like the snazzy show rims and stuff. I mean, a pair of 1552s might not look too bad. Let's go into this one right here. I don't really know. I normally have one set of rims, like, for my rally car. That don't look too bad. That don't look too bad at all, actually. These Momo rims. Yeah, I'm going to go for these. They look really good on this car. And it's Italian rims, so it kind of suits the theme of this car very nicely. So, 20-inch rims it's on right now. Maybe, oh wait, what the fuck? Okay then, that looks a wee bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. So 20 inches is the actual biggest size right now, so let's just keep them with that right now. I ain't gonna fuck around with it, shit. That looks so fucking weird like that, but anyway. We actually do have spacers for this thing, but they're already kinda out of them. Oh my god! That looks insane! Oh, sweet Jesus. How mad does that look? Oh man, I kinda want that. I really kinda want that. Just to go like mental mode. Yeah, let's go for it, man. I mean, it's an off-road build. It's not exactly mattering about cleanliness, is it? That's insane. That is so cool. But anyway, onto the drivetrain mode. I can't go over that. That is so funny. Oh yeah, I didn't expect the Stelvio to have freaking spacers. That is insane. So anyway, that's that done. Onto the brakes. We're needing some race ones right here. Obviously, oh my Jesus Christ. That is slammed as fuck. I mean, that is... Oh, I need to build another one of these, man, just for like Slam Nation style. My god. But anyway, we're going to go for the rally suspension. That is actually took us by surprise. But let us know in the comment section, guys, what have you done to your Stelvio Quadrifoglio? I always read the comments and I always do respond. Maybe not as lately as often because I've been a wee bit stressed out, but I'm getting better. Hopefully you notice that in this video. But I think we might get a little bit of a roll cage for this thing. Just in case, you never know, we might tip the thing. So anyway, weight reduction, what does that bring us down to? Because it was sitting at 4,361 pounds. We're down, blooming, nearly a freaking ton on it, man. That's blooming mental, so we're going to go for that. And then, on to the power. It's already 506 horsepower right now. I don't want it to go properly mental. Maybe 700 or 800 horsepower. I know that's a lot, but you know what I mean. See, 600, possibly 700. Let's go for 700. We'll make that as the mark. So maybe we'll bump up the turbos a little bit. 692 horsepower. I hope this sounds as insane as the Giulia did in Forza Motorsport 7 when you upgraded the turbos, because that just whistled like fuck. It really did. 726 horsepower. This one's 7. There we go. 703. I'll go for that. How about that? That looks mean and freaking clean, man. How about that? Maybe change the wheel colour, I should say. I might go for a white on that. So what do you think about that then, guys? I really like the look of these things in white. It looks so good on this car. But the only other thing that I've done, I had to put my own mark on there. And we included little drift on the back. It's just nicely nipped and tucked right there. But this has to be possibly my craziest off-roader yet in Horizon. I mean, I don't do off-roading a lot, but I've been waiting for that one car just for me to like say, yeah, I'm going to go for this proper off-roading style right now. The F-Pace was close with like the wide body kit and everything that it's got, but this is so freaking cool. I love it. So anyway, let's head outside and into some dirt races and see how she handles the muck. Alrighty then, here we go. We are in the Titan race, the longest cross-country race in the game. So immediately we notice the traction difference, the traction difference on this thing. Absolutely mental. So we're going over the beach right now. Changed it to the summer, guys, because I wanted to see what this thing was like in the summer going off-road, man. I mean, it looks absolutely glorious in summer as well. Nathan, oh my god, what are you driving, Nathan? Big Bentayga. Holy moly. If you see any of you guys' names on here, just let us know in the comments. Oh my god, it was 6th gear. This is not getting any tune on it. I just wanted to see what it was like straight out of the box, guys. Okay. Maybe it could do with some softer suspension. That would be one thing that this thing needs, is some softer suspension, because it's a wee bit stiff, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, going along the freaking airport right here. I love this race, man. I'm not the biggest fan of cross country, but when you've got a good car like this, it is a lot of fun. I'd definitely say, apart from this, my most fun car for cross country is the Jeep Trailhawk, or the Trailcat, whatever the hell it's called. Oh god, here we go, here we go, here we go, sliding it, sliding it. We're into 5th gear for this one. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Someone's landed on me. Holy shit. Raccoon Panda, my god, man. God, first place is just fucked off, man. Got some roads here, but not going to last for long. Over the jump we go. Woo! Oh my god. That's slightly terrifying. So is this fucking white corner here, man. Come on, Alpha. Where are you going? It's actually reversing and shit, and that's a solid object. Love these little back routes, man. Proper rally inspired. Looking cool. 60% done. Don't know if we're going to get this win, but I'll be happy with a podium finish. Come on, big Alpha. Oh god. It's these freaking sudden turns that come out of nowhere, man. Jesus, they're so sharp. Oh no. Oh no, we're going to get this big thing. This is going to be fun. Gonna be fun, boys. Get that redneck accent on. Looks like them Duke boys are in trouble again. Oh my god. Fucking sideways in the air. Air drift gods, there we go. I just remembered I have these driver tires on a quite high level, so that's probably why I'm getting absolutely pumped right now in terms of freaking racing. Oh god. Come on, come on. Good thing. I'm fighting with a Jag right now. I think he's crashed, so that's good news. Brake, 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 brake. Around the little Chimkana section right now. Overall, first impressions of the built version. It's okay. As I said, suspension does need tweaked a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know what else I could do to it. The gearing as well. Maybe the toe, get it to turn a wee bit quicker, but apart from that, give it a solid all-rounder. 4th place. I know I could have done a little bit better, but still, with that stiff suspension, what do you really expect? That was kind of my fault not tuning it, but that was a lot of fun. And here we are back in winter. But anyway, if you ever had any doubts about the Stelvio Quadrifoglio in this game, then I hope that this video has changed your mind, because you can see it's got a lot of diversity to it. You can make it an off-roader, you make it a slam machine as you've seen in the build, and you can just keep it stock and have it really, really nice cruise car. It's amazing the diversity of this thing. So out of the overall meter again, I'm actually going to give this thing a full freaking belter. I really like this thing. It's at my top mark, and that is good for an SUV in this thing. After all of the bad negative things that happened in Forza Motorsport 7, it's good to have a proper nice SUV in the game. Before we go, I want to give a massive thank you to these people on screen right now. These people support me on Patreon, and if you'd like to see the channel grow and just genuinely help me out and get me one step further to doing this full time, then you can donate literally any amount of money to my Patreon link in the description below. And unlike some other people, the donations you guys give will be going towards the channel, meaning better equipment, better video editing software, etc, etc. It would be greatly appreciated. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, then a wee like is always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and also if you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, then my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram links are in the description below. But for now, guys, take care and have yourself a fabulous day.